Matthew has been stabbed twice. The stab wound has gone so deep, his bowel is now protruding out of his abdomen. Suddenly, a fight breaks out amongst the bystanders, threatening not just the care of the patient, but the safety of the ambulance crew.
Ambulance services to patient Freedom.
He's just been stabbed.
Okay, what have they been stabbed with, do you know?
A knife.
Okay, are they bleeding heavily?
Yes.
And how old are they?
They're adults.
Do you know where the stab wounds are?
One's got one in the stomach, one's in the chest, and one's in the stomach. The one's got 2 stab wounds, losing consciousness.
Even if he's lost about 2 mugfuls of blood?
It's close to.
Okay.
Can you just send an ambulance,
Yeah,
please?
it's not delaying any help, sir, okay.
A stabbing is one of the most challenging situations a critical care specialist can face. If an artery has been severed, a patient can bleed to death in minutes, with multiple police and ambulance teams already at the address. 2 neighbours have been attacked. Simon, who's outside, was stabbed while trying to defend his friend. "41-year-old Matthew, who has collapsed in the stairwell, has been stabbed twice.
Breathe. Go on, deep breath out. Come on, you can. Okay.
He is struggling for breath. The stab wounds are close to his lungs, and they are in danger of collapse.
They put chest gel on, I've not looked at wounds.
That's fine. Is he on O2? Hi, mate.
He's on O2 from police, not ours.
The wounds have been sealed, but with internal bleeding and potential organ damage, he's at high risk of going into cardiac arrest.
GCS 15, chest seal applied, oxygen on, and we're just going to get him gone and gone. He's got a good chest wound and a good abdominal wound.
All right, we'll put him straight on 4634
Yep.
because the crew are with him. The second crew, I haven't seen this guy's wound yet, but it's abdominal.
I'll have a quick
So I'm going to get this team to
cheeky
bring
look.
their stretcher up and we'll get this guy's
If we just load it both and just get them all gone straight off. I'm just going to grab an apron because I'm half PPE'd.
Once in protective PPE, Jack can make a close assessment of the other victim.
Rob, whilst they're dealing with him, I'll just have another look through this guy.
54-year-old Simon has one small but potentially deadly incision.
All right, can I have a little look, sir?
You okay, mate? You okay?
Okay, good.
You're all right.
It's a bit of bowel, but it looks little. It looks like there's too much there with lots of vein through it. Potentially out bowel, but
The stab wound has gone so deep, his bowel is now protruding out of his abdomen.
You okay, mate?
okay, good.
If his bowel has been cut, he's in grave danger of sepsis, which can lead to organ failure.
So, hello, sir. My name's Jack, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any pain anywhere else? Have you been hurt anywhere else?
Yes.
Can we get this bag off you? Is that all right? Are you happy? I'm going to get this top off you, mate, okay? Just to check and make sure you've been stabbed anywhere else, all right? Okay, let's have a look in your arms. Nothing in the back. You definitely weren't stabbed anywhere else? No, there's no obviously bleeding, there's nothing into the wounds. Fine. Okay, good.
You all right?
Yes, happy for this gentleman on your stretcher. Is that the plan, Rob?
Let's get him, because the sooner he's moved...
Yeah, let's go.
Suddenly, a fight breaks out amongst the bystanders, threatening not just the care of the patients, but the safety of Jack and the ambulance crew. With 2 patients on his hands, Jack decides Simon is in the most stable condition for the ambulance crew to take over.
I've not taken his trousers off. It looks like there may be some bowel there. There's like a nice vein through part of the flesh, so it could be quite fatty, but I'm not prepared to say it's not bowel.
Yeah, no, sir.
All right.
The other victim, Matthew, is still in the stairwell and in more urgent need of Jack's critical care.
I can travel with either. Probably this chest guy. Probably stick with him because he's going to be the sicker
A
guy.
bit longer, and if there's anything going to go wrong, it's going to be with...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guarding these for their safekeeping. Please do not say anything. Stay there.
With tensions running high, police officers make a cordon to shield the paramedics from harm.
You guys have to get him on, and I'm going to start drawing you up from TXA. Stand by. Life-threatening.
Okay.
Potentially life-changing. Yeah, you get him gone, get him gone.
Get him onto the truck, yeah?
I'll meet you there. Yeah.
So the dog ambulance can take you down to the ambulance.
It's vital Matthew is kept as calm as possible. With 2 deep stab wounds, any rise in blood pressure will increase the speed of blood loss and he could go into cardiac arrest. With a police dog escort as protection, Matthew is quickly evacuated to the safety of the ambulance.
Can you pull yourself forward, mate, with my help? Matty, give us a hand. Now push yourself as far back as you can and get yourself sat up nice and high for me. Get your legs planted in, you've got good movement. You're doing really well. I know this is a really distressing time, but we're going to get you through it, all right?
Once on board, Jack gives Matthew a vital injection of tranexamic acid to try and stem the blood loss. They will alert the hospital to expect 2 critically injured patients who will need urgent surgery. While travelling on blue light, Jack closely monitors critically ill Matthew.
Is that pain a bit better? Yeah? Feel a bit easier? Good. You able to take a deep breath in for me? And out. Sore on that side? It's all right, I know, I just need this chassis to stick a bit. Otherwise it's not doing a huge amount. I don't think you damage your heart, I think it's your lung, essentially, or the space where your lung should be, okay? Yeah, just twice. The trick with these patients is get going while the going's good and don't waste time. We're not going to fix their problems on scene. If they arrest on scene, we're in a whole world of trouble.
30 minutes after the emergency call was made, both stab victims are handed over to the major trauma team at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Birmingham.
Service, is the patient breathing?
Yes, he's breathing, but he's wounded really bad. He's been stabbed. He's conscious, but I don't want to touch him. He's dripping.
Okay, don't worry. Have you got something on the bleeding?
Can you get some towels on him and just compress his wound? His head's got a slash in it. His hand, yeah, he's covered.
Does it look like he's been stabbed anywhere on his torso?
Chest and his head.
Does he know who stabbed him?
Do you know who stabbed you, Dennis? Your son.
Okay.
As the man has potentially life-threatening injuries needing the fastest treatment, Helimed 03 is scrambled. Critical care paramedics Faye Pollock and paramedic Jordan Lane are also dispatched to get to the patient as quickly as possible.
What's his first name?
Dennis.
67-year-old retired security guard Dennis was out for a walk when he was stabbed multiple times in the head, chest and arm. He managed to get away from his attacker and into the safety of a nearby shop where the alarm was raised.
We're just going to cut your arm off, so we're ready to put you straight on the stretcher. Oh,
Just
not
your
cut your arm off,
sleeve, just your sleeve.
Dennis, right, you have been stabbed, and we think that he's probably caught a little bit of your bowel, OK? That's on the outside, OK?
Faye has discovered several slash wounds to Dennis's abdomen, deep enough to expose part of his bowel. It's clear he's lost a lot of blood and could be in danger of losing consciousness.
Right, TXA? Yeah, please start giving, yeah?
An injection of TXA, or tranexamic acid, will promote clotting and help prevent further blood loss. With Dennis's condition critical, the decision is taken that the fastest way to get him to a major trauma centre is by road.
We've just had an update on site that you're not required a PCP car to deal with the crews and attendants. Received.
Tier 3 is received, 10 to the aircraft.
With the help of the ambulance crew, Faye and Jordan can now start transporting Dennis to hospital.
Well done, Dennis. Let's just get a blood pressure on you.
When could go to this happen, sweetheart?
Bad 40 minutes ago.
Right.
OK, Dennis, that's just going to go a little bit tighter around your arm, sir.
Faye and Jordan also need to stop the bleeding from the wound to Dennis's abdomen by redressing it with a special gauze impregnated with a clotting agent. But doing so risks dislodging the original clot and causing a life-threatening hemorrhage.
Dennis, you just drop that arm nice, and I'm sorry if we knocked you.
The wound to his abdomen is so deep, it has exposed part of his bowel. Faye and Jordan need to redress it to stop the bleeding without disturbing the original clot and causing it to hemorrhage. At the moment, Dennis is alert and stable, but having lost so much blood, he could suddenly deteriorate.
Dennis, we're just going to have a little look at your head, sweet, OK? Sorry, Dennis, if this is a little sore on your head.
Dennis is losing a lot of blood from his wounds.
I know this is uncomfortable, and this is going to be really tight, but that wound is still bleeding, so we need to pull it tight to stop it from bleeding.
Head forward again for us.
You feeling OK, Dennis? Yeah, OK. What day is it today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, brilliant, OK. And whereabouts do you live? Lie, good man.
A person's oxygen saturation levels, known as SATs, should be close to 100. At 90, Dennis's levels are low, a sign that he may have lost so much blood it can no longer supply enough oxygen to his major organs, and he's now in danger of losing consciousness.
Dennis, how you feeling? Good man. Take some nice deep breaths of that oxygen. That's it, good man.
Ill Dennis is still conscious and alert, but his injuries, especially the stab wound to his abdomen, are critical. 2 minutes later, they arrive at the hospital, where Dennis is handed over to the waiting emergency team.
Okay, mate, you're all right.
You all right? Okay.
At a housing estate in Wolverhampton, Jack and Sam are treating a man who's been stabbed during a fight in the street. The femoral artery in his thigh is severed and is spurting blood. Jack and Sam urgently need to get the bleeding under control by applying a powerful tourniquet.
Get high. Nice and high. I know this is painful, this is life-saving, okay? We'll get you some pain relief, okay? Tight. And then pressure dressing.
A pressure dressing should also help to prevent excessive blood loss.
Chito, so we've got a wound here. Let's get this top off. Let's have a good look everywhere.
It's all right, we'll get
The man has a less serious cut to his hand. Jack wants to be sure there are no further wounds.
Right, your box is coming off as well, mate, I'm afraid. But I need to check your groin, okay? I'm sorry. We'll get you covered as soon as we can. Sammy, you right there? You got control?
Thankfully, the man has no other injuries.
We're covered, you're covered, you're covered.
Just pop this leg flat for me, mate. That's it, and we'll get the blanket over you. I want to keep this leg out so we can keep this eye on this leg.
He's not. He's talking to me, but I promise we're here. I'll look after him, okay?
With his bleeding now under control, the patient must be cannulated so drugs and fluids can be given intravenously.
I'm not seeing any obvious access.
Right, I'll have a look if you can get the rest of that top off and get the monitor on that side. Let's get blood pressure. Pads, please.
We'll get his legs up as well.
Jack manages to find a suitable vein and administers the first dose of painkillers. Next is tranexamic acid, which helps the blood to clot.
Got a blood pressure? Can you turn them on so I can see it? Blood pressure and heart rate.
The man has lost a lot of blood and remains critically ill.
Stretcher and scoop. Let's get the stretcher right next to him and let's get him on it.
It's vital to get him to hospital as quickly as possible.
Right, sir. With our help, on your good leg, I just want you to stand. We're going to twist and pop you on the stretcher, OK? We're going to help you do it. You can help. One little quick push on that good leg. We're going to get you up and on the stretcher, OK?
Raising the patient's legs helps maintain vital blood flow to the heart.
That's it. Bring your good leg over for us, mate.
The air ambulance crew has now also arrived on scene, so Jack can hand over the wounded man to a doctor.
So this gentleman has got a single significant femoral stab wound. It is arterial, bright red, spurting, good control by belt and pressure prior to our arrival. Best blood pressure, 84 systolic. Bleeding now controlled with cap tourniquet and the dressing, as you see, with some Cheeto over the top. IV access. He's had his TXA, and we're good to go.
Jack and Sam are now able to treat a second patient. The second man is less seriously wounded. The patient has a cut to his head and a dislocated shoulder, but does not require any specialist pre-hospital treatment. Miles from Hereford, Dr. Luke and Richard are on their way to Birmingham with 32-year-old Aaron, who needs urgent treatment at a major trauma centre. 32-year-old labourer Aaron was at home with his family when someone he knew was in a drunken rage outside. When Aaron went to investigate, the man attacked him with a knife, inflicting 2 serious stab wounds to his neck and abdomen. Dr. Luke and Richard will accompany Aaron to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham in case his injuries become life-threatening.
What happened then?
Literally, my neighbour starts punching my door saying, "Let me in, help me, help me." As soon as I open the door, just a big knife come at me, straight into my stomach. And I tried to defend myself like that with my arm, luckily enough, because it kind of like blocked his arm and made him get to the side of my neck. Otherwise, it would have been boom, straight, like straight on.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Aaron's condition changes.
Do you know how much pain relief I have? Might be running out.
You've had some strong painkillers already. How are you getting on with it?
I get travel sick. I've just gone all hot and I'm a terrible traveller.
You're gonna sit up a bit. You're all right. Ready? I'm gonna sit you up a little bit, okay? 1, 2, 3. Softer and better like that, okay? There you go, mate. Give me a second to that if you need it, all right? I'll get you some sickness just now.
As Aaron becomes increasingly unwell, Dr. Luke needs to try to control his vomiting and address his rising pain levels.
Straighten your arm for me. Okay, hang on a minute. Just hold that a minute. You've got a bit more bleeding from his neck now. Okay, I need just need some lights on in here if that's all right.
Retching has reopened the wound in Aaron's neck, which had soaked through the original dressing. He is now losing a significant amount of blood. An immediate stop at the roadside is necessary to try and stop the bleeding.
Okay, and then 10 mil straight away down that. Give it straight away.
My stomach might be bleeding as well.
All right, mate, you're okay. I'm going to look after you, mate, okay?
Yeah.
Dr. Luke is all too aware that if Aaron's bleeding continues, he's in danger of passing out or even going into cardiac arrest.
Let's have a look. Rich, we've got a problem, mate. So, no, I need some cartagors, buddy. He's been retching and he's just started to bleed quite a bit. How are you feeling other than this pressure in your neck?
Yeah, I get travel sick,
Can we get that out of the way?
Aaron's injuries are life-threatening and require emergency surgery. But they're still over an hour away from the Queen Elizabeth Major Trauma Centre.
Right, this might hurt a little bit, mate. Okay, you ready?
Using a special gauze impregnated with a blood-clotting agent.
All right, you're doing well, buddy. All right.
Dr. Luke is packing the reopened neck wound to try and stop the bleeding.
I think what happened is when you're retching like that, it's just caused the bleeding to recur again, okay? But it looks to be stopped, but I'm going to put this in here just for belt and braces, okay?
I think my stomach's opened up again as well.
Right, have a look at that just now. Okay, and then with a nice big pack of gauze, so we dry all of this and we'll put a Russell seal over it for stickiness, okay?
Despite having lost a lot of blood, Aaron still has a strong pulse, indicating his vital organs are still being supplied with oxygen.
You cold?
Disgusting.
All right, we'll get you sorted out, all right?
It's all right. Just try and stay as still as you can. I'm just leaving you.
Okay. Dry hands. How's the sickness?
Yeah, it's gone now.
Gone? Okay, mate. Right.
I'm surprised if it didn't start again.
Well, we'll deal with that if it happens, okay, mate?
Fortunately, there isn't any further bleeding to the stab wound in Aaron's abdomen. So that dressing is left in place to avoid disturbing any clots that have formed. With bleeding now under control, they need to get back on the road to hospital as soon as possible.
Oh my God, that's so much pain now.
More pain?
Yeah, my stomach.
Okay.
However, the pain from his injuries is now making Aaron feel very unwell. Dr. Luke administers a further dose of intravenous morphine.
Just a journey, mate. If we can keep it on blues but slow and steady, because he's really motion sick. Is that right?
Finally, an hour and 15 minutes after leaving Hereford, they arrive at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital.
So we've been tasked to a patient who's been attacked by a machete. Quite nasty injuries. Machetes, a combination of blunt force and sharp instrument trauma can cause quite severe injuries, significant blood loss.
While Jack and Dr. Jake are still a few minutes away, the first paramedics arrive at the scene.
Thank you. Get all involved parties of lead team. Police are doing an area search. Reporting 2 patients with machete injuries. The police are trying to urgently locate. As such, myself and the crew will continue to stand by for a few minutes pending updates from police.
Until the area is secured by armed police, all medical teams will have to remain at a safe distance.
Whiskey Romeo from 90. Can you just confirm the RVP, please?
Yeah, it looks like just the Topfield Avenue, Toll End Road, over.
Roger, thank you. That's all received.
A rendezvous point is assigned just down the road from the alleged attack. For now, the team must wait in their vehicles.
So, the offenders are unaccounted for. No idea on exact number of casualties or locations. So, if they've made it to run away and we still haven't found them, On balance, hopefully they're all right, with some fairly nasty wounds, but nothing that can't be cleaned up. Hopefully it's not the case that they've been stabbed through the chest, they've run down a dark alley and gone into cardiac arrest.
An operational commander arrives to give the team an update.
So we're currently here on Cupfields Avenue, Junction Road. So that car over there, there's a small amount of blood in the front of the car and the footwell and that. Obviously believed that there's been machete attack. We've also got another RTC slightly up the road here, and that's where they're saying there's a patient with slightly reduced GCS. And then we've got the other one, minor sort of slash wound to the leg, and that's slightly in that direction. So potentially they're all sort of three of them are linked.
It now appears that the incident is more complex than first thought.
So this looks like it's potentially one of 3 connected incidents across the general area here. We've got what looks like an assault involving individuals who may have been assaulted with machetes. Close by we've got a road traffic collision which has a vehicle that sounds like it might potentially have been involved in this incident, and we've got the ambulance there dealing with that. We've also got another stabbing not too far away that's turned out to be a knee laceration wound, so not requiring of our services, but again may well be connected. Currently the police are doing area searches, armed response officers are waiting to go into a couple of properties. So we're holding here for now to see whether the injured parties from this scene turn up.